Welcome to another edition of Beer News. Of course, my name is Andrew. I'm one of the people behind the Alberta Craft Beer Guide, and I'm here to read the news for you today. First up on the docket, this episode is sponsored by our friend Ian Eats, Mr. Ian B. He gifted me a beautiful can of Danish Lager from Blind Man, fresh, hot off the press, cool off the press. So we're going to drink this Terminus Series number 3 Danish Lager, and basically this was a send-off to their 15-barrel brew house. They used to have, their first brewery, 15-barrel system. They sold it to Freehold in Calgary to upgrade for something a little bigger, 30-barrel. And then they invited their friends Four Winds to do a little collab, and Shane, one of the lead brewers, Shane Grondal, is a Dane, so they made a Danish lager. Anyway, the sun is shining, things are good, perfect time for a lager. We hope you enjoy. And I've heard good things. Beautiful can, beautiful packaging, sexy. So let's get into this, shall we, as we read the news for April 11th, 2019. Little sea change love. The other thing about Ian Eats, who generously gifted me this can, he bought it fresh from the market on the Saturday before. So this is fresh. Woo! Look at that. Crystal clear. The other thing about Ian, which I got to mention, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but the shirt I'm wearing was from our first annual beer mile held in 2018. Ian was the winner. If you're interested in competing in a beer mile, send us a message. Just go on Instagram. Send us a little thing, and we'll go into it. So, anyway, cheers. Let's get into the news, shall we? Ooh, that's crispy. And that's clean. That is crystal clear. I could read the news through this glass. That's wonderful. All right. Let's get into it. First things first. Blind Man Brewery, of course. North News. Blind Man does Thursdays, pizza and a pint. Every Thursday, 5 to 8 p.m., Pizza by the Slice by Moe's Lacombe, the other restaurant other than Cilantro Chive in Lacombe. Go get a slice of pizza and drink some beer. Good deal. Speaking of Lacombe, Cilantro and Chive is inviting the friends from Edmonton down, Alley Cat Brewing, oldest brewery in Edmonton. They're taking over Cilantro and Chive for a burger and beer event on Friday, April 12th. So they'll do beer pairings with a bunch of different burgers. As you know, they make great burgers. Alley Cat makes great beer. Should be one hell of a night. Jasper Brewing, of course in Jasper. They're teasing us. They've got a retro-looking can, a new beer to add to their lineup. A session IPA that's going to launch in mid-May. So just a little teaser. If you check their gram, looks good. Looks tasty too. I'm okay with that. Siding 14 in Ponoka, they've got a new beer. They've got a Blood Orange Creamsicle Ale. They used fresh oranges, Mexican vanilla, and a New England yeast. Sounds pretty tasty to me. And if you didn't know, Mexican vanilla is so complex. Like, vanilla's great. Mexican vanilla is just like a whole other level of the vanilla sphere. Snake Lake Brewing in Sylvan Lake has a happy hour on Mondays and Tuesdays all day. $5 house beers and $5.75 fancy beers. That's so their tap rooms are open 2 to 8 p.m. on Mondays. Oh man. I want to say I hope this isn't a one-off, but I know it is. The Terminus series is always like one batch and then that's it. Maybe it's popular enough. You guys write enough fan letters. You like this enough. Maybe they'll make some more of it, but I doubt it. But it's good. I'm going to go buy more of this. Oh, I'm going to go buy it. I was giving this up. I haven't bought any yet. Not yet. All right, Edmonton News. Let's get into it. Arcadia, as you know, your favorite brewer's favorite bar. Every Tuesday, 6 p.m., they tap a cask from an Alberta brewery. April 16th on the Tuesday, our friend who was part of the live news last week, Wilson Wong is Epic. Good friend of mine from way back in the day. He's got a coffee company called Crew, or CRW Coffee, and their first feature of their coffee in a beer, because he's in the beer scene. He's got some connections. His first coffee and a beer will be on that Tuesday. It's a cask done by Matt Cockle, the old Cockle debacle of Brewsters. He's featuring that coffee and the beer, so pump for that. Come through. We'll be there. The coffee crew will be there. Should be good. Should be great. Beer Revolution, a.k.a. Oliver Square Beer Rev, it taps the cask every Friday at 5 p.m. This week, it's an Alley Cat beer. It's a pale ale. Get this. Kashmiri chai and freshly squeezed grape juice. I don't know about you, but that sounds delicious. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be at that. I usually try to get to those casks every week. But the beer guide crew and some friends are headed to Penticton for the festivals. So we're becoming traders, abandoning Alberta beer for the BC beer. And it should be good. I've heard good things. All right, Bent Stick. Last year for 4/20, April 20th, they released Art Teacher's Office. They're doing it again this year. Apparently, it's also more dank, this 29 edition. It's being described as a diggity dank IPA. So look out for Art Teacher's Office. If you don't know, that's a Simpsons reference. It's good. Or, it's good. Yeah, let's go with that. And also Brewster's News. They just released a hazy IPA. So Matt Cockle's back in the brewing game there. I'm really excited about this beer. I've heard it's really good. I think I had a taste of it just briefly, but I heard it's very good. So they have a hazy IPA going across all the Brewsters in Edmonton and Calgary. Eat Saul's, as you know, the Sunday spot. Eat Saul's. Sundays 5 to 10 p.m. They do a cask and a feature food item. In addition to, of course, their brats in a bun. Not like on like a hot dog. It's in the bun. German style. They do dollar pretzels. They do $5 draft. But cask feature this week was Bent Stick. And again, some more coffee in the mix. This is a popular thing. They partnered with Colombian Coffee to do a collaboration beer called First Pull, a coffee amber ale. So that taps at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Food feature is a everything bagel brat. They do a house baguette, cream cheese, spring onion bratwurst, house relish, bacon crumble, everything bagel spice. Should be good. Last week they did this Reuben, and it was unreal. All their food features are awesome, so come through. Be good. Good way to end the week or start the week, however you want to look at it. Polar Park. I was told they did their first brew this week. It's official. They have their license. They've got yeast. They got malt. They got hops. The tanks are cleaned out. They got water. They got steam. They got everything. They're brewing. I also did a podcast with them. It'll come out on Monday. So look out for that. Very, very entertaining story. We also had a piece of content where we had them read the Sooneries and Rumories from every issue of the guide, like all 11 issues, because they've been in them all. It's pretty fun. Yeah, just look out for that. It's fun. It's good. Again, Situation Brewery, talking about casks, and also Polar Park's neighbor, just down the way. Situation does a cask every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They usually tap them around 4:30, 5 at the latest. If you're there at 4:30, on your way home from work or skipping school, whatever it is you do during the day, give them a hard time. Like, hey, what's the cask today? Usually they'll bring it out, tap it. Just tell them I sent you. Sure, that'll go over well. Or they'll kick you out, one of the two. Sherbrooke Liquor, as you know, Stephen Bezan is the curator of the 1,800 different beer deep cooler. He's got another Bezan Bangers event on Friday, April 12th. So tomorrow, that's at 7 p.m. He's a guru of Goza, amongst other things. So he'll guide you through 7 different beer. Have some nibbles in there. I heard one of them like this, they'll bring like some awesome beers, like new. I'd be surprised. That should be in there. I don't know if they'll get it in there, but that should be in there. It's a banger. You have some nibbles, some pretzels and stuff. And then they bring out some, more rare stock. A few, 2, maybe 3, like more bigger, expensive shit. So tickets only $15. I went and paid for them when they were $20, and it was well worth it. $15, you're getting a steal. You'll learn something. You'll laugh. You might cry. I don't know why, but maybe you're just sad that the event's over, probably. Or how beautiful Bezan himself is. But if you have the Friday free, go check it out. It's great. Very good event. SYC Brewing, the Westside Edmonton Brewery, continues to do their streak of new beer Fridays. And I was told what it was, but I didn't write it down, and that was a few days ago. And here we are. So anyway, they have a new beer coming out Friday, April 12th. Just go there. It's good. Go have a beer. Apparently I went through a lot of kegs last weekend. They're cranking. So if you haven't been there yet, go check them out. They're doing a really good job. They had their cask at Arcadia on Tuesday. It was very delicious. So go check them out. SYC's doing good shit. Let's get into Calgary news, shall we? That is crispy. Crispy boys. All right, Banded Peak, looking to get into the industry, are ya? Banded Peak is hiring. They're looking for an assistant brewer / cellar person. And they're also looking for another role. They're looking for a delivery driver. If you have a passion for beer, you want to work with good people, go apply. You can click on their Instagram profile. They'll have a little link for some more information. So go work for a brewery. They're a good local company. Keep it in the family. Keep it in the city. Last Best Brewing. I just learned this. This is fun news. On Sundays, all of their beers are $4 all day. Sweet. They do brunch, beautiful vibe, great food, and then $4 beers. You can just sit there all day, steal. You're losing money if you don't go. Really. On an opposite end of beer, not really. It's still beer. I'm actually pretty excited for these guys. There's a contract brewery called One for the Road, and they are a non-alcoholic beer brewery, and they just brewed their first beer. I'm excited to try it. I really, really am. And they're doing their first public tasting on Friday, April 12th at Lina's Market. It's an Italian market, I believe on Center Street, north of downtown Calgary. But that's Friday, April 12th at noon. If you're in the area, just go. Try out the beer. Pick up some Italian food. I don't know. Go home, make a pizza, some pasta, whatever you want. But I want to try it. I'm really excited to try it. And I just want to be able to be driving down the street, drinking a beer, get pulled over. You can't drink and drive. Nope. Alcohol free. Bye. And just speed away, right? Pretty sure that's how it works. All right, next up, Our Daily Brett, which is like a cool little pop-up kitchen event kind of space. I haven't been there yet. I'm excited to try this place. So Our Daily Brett is hosting their second edition of Sunday Sips. So they're kind of featuring different breweries to come in and do different food dishes and things like that. So on Sunday, April 14th, they're bringing in 88 Brewing. They're bringing in the Fruity Pebbles Triple Berry Milkshake Sour. I've heard good things. It was so popular they brought it back. And then also their Tiffany Rosé Saison. That I have had. It's very tasty. I haven't had one since last week. Plus they're going to do street food inspired. It should be, street food inspired jerk chicken patties. Street food style. Anyway, should be delicious. No tickets needed. Just show up. It's from 2 to 5 on the Sunday. All right, Patty's Brewbarbecue. They continue their streak of delicious beers. They cleaned up on some great awards at the Alberta Brewing Awards, and they're back at it again. Their new beer this time is a Blackberry Vanilla Dark Sour. So it's fermented with obnoxious, this is their words, not mine, obnoxious amounts of blackberries, finished with Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans. I don't know about you, but that sounds absolutely delicious. And I want that in and around all of my mouth. Also, in spilling that can, I sprayed up my teleprompter briefly, so we'll just clean that up. The joys of live news. Well, filmed live. One take. We're not editing this stuff. They keep it real. We keep it raw. Ooh, and crispy, too. Man, I'm going to try that beer now. Gotta go back to Calgary. All right. Revival Brewcade. They released the Surround Sound Pale Ale on Monday. So still fairly fresh, fairly new. The name is a nod to the disco and pop era of the late 70s in New York City. Sounds very tasty. Hi, Editor Shine. Just doing some editing. Oh, she's going to try. I'm going to taste test. Thoughts? Danish Lager is our editor-in-chief. Do you want chief in there?
No.
Yeah, we don't need you for that. It's our editor.
I lost my coaster.
Oh dear. What do you think?
Don't you
Crispy?
hate when the coaster sticks to the bottom of your glass?
Yeah, right? What's with that? God. What do you think? Crispy, hey?
Yeah, it's got a little sweetness, a little grainy, really clean finish.
Yeah.
Well done. Good job, Lyman.
Good job, Lyman. And it's terminus, which means it's probably not going to happen again, which is sad.
Yeah. Boo.
But enjoy it while you can. Better buy a desk of it. A metric fuck ton, wherever you want to call it. Yeah. Metric. Not imperial. Metric. All right, what else we got? Almost finished. Wild Rose Brewery. Every Thursday at 7 p.m., the Wild Moose Running Club meets up for a 5K run. It's easy, right? Quick little jaunt, little 5K. And then they just do a loop. They start at Wild Rose, they do a loop, they come back, and they're at Wild Rose. What do? You drink a beer. Personally, one of the best beers you're ever going to drink is after a run. It's true. You appreciate it. It's so refreshing. Speaking of refreshing and crispy, look at the color on that. Isn't that ridiculous? Like you can just see everything through it. It's awesome.
The clarity?
The clarity. Color. Yeah, look at the color too. It's great color. Crispy. Village Brewery just released a Czech Pilsner. I like Czech Pilsners. I like Pilsners a lot. In the tap room. So one of their employees, Pat Beatty, he started off, he is a Red Seal chef. And then his sister got him a job on the bottling line. It's live news. It happens. And then got into like cleaning and deliveries and packaging and moved his way up and now he's brewing. He's super pumped for it. And this is his first like large scale release to Czech Pilsner. So look out for it. It's in the tap room already. I think they'll be packaging it. Maybe. We'll see. We'll go to the tap room then. Just hang out. It'll be good. Okay, this is cool. If you don't know already, Calgary friends, the YYC Brew Bus does a hop-on, hop-off bus every Wednesday. Every third Wednesday of the month. So that's happening on April 17th. It's free, and it runs between 88 Brewing, Bottle Screw Bills, Zero Issue, Elite, Cold Garden, Burwood Distillery, Old Beautiful, and it starts downtown at 5 p.m., and then the last bus ends at the downtown location about around 9 p.m. So it just keeps doing the loop. It's this beautiful big pink school bus, and it's a great way to have a good time every third Wednesday of the month. So visit a bunch of places you might not normally go to, or visit a place you haven't been to for a while, or you just want to, tipple.
Not have to drive.
You don't have to drive. You just can quaff a few brews and maybe throw a cocktail in there at the distillery and have yourself a time. All right, South News. South News, give me some more. I need more to work with. Give me some. Anywho. In South News, I thought I had another piece from Piston Brook, but I guess I don't. Grizzly Paw, they do a cask every Friday at 5 p.m. at the pub downtown, which is great. I'll be at Grizzly Paw on today.
Before you see this
When you're seeing this video, I was already at Grizzly Paw. We just had to record it ahead of time. Unless we do it live and we'll scrap this, you'll never see it, but you'll probably see this one. And more importantly, across Alberta, advanced polls are happening until the 13th for voting in the Alberta election. And the official election day is on Tuesday, April 16th. So
but
please
you can vote at any advanced polling place.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Advanced polling already voted.
So wherever you were registered to vote, doesn't matter. You want to vote in the advanced polls, you can go to any advanced polling place, and you can do it until the 13th.
Until the 13th. So
just vote.
Just
Whoever
vote.
you're voting for, just vote.
Just vote. Just keep it real. Just vote. So I already voted, which is great, and you can just vote anywhere. Maybe you can drive to, I don't know, if you live in Calgary, drive to Edmonton, vote there, whatever you want. So advanced polls, vote anywhere. But on election day, you vote in your riding. And you're allowed, was it an hour and a half, 2 hours? 3 hours! Wow! If you're working a job, you're legally allowed 3 hours to get out of work to go vote. Does that include visiting a brewery in between?
Should.
Just like
You should, yeah.
Gotta go vote, gotta get ready, and I don't know.
You earned it.
That's why I don't work for anyone. I'd be a terrible employee. So that's the news for April 11th. I don't know, go drink beers if you're interested in Beer Mile. Notice it's for beers and running. If you're interested, just send us a message on Instagram. Just send us a little thing. I want to run. It's for charity. Follow the rules. But yeah, we'll keep it at that. Anything else? No? It's good. All right. Keep on tuning in. Keep on drinking beers. And I don't know. Probably see you next week, I guess.